Hi, this is Dr. Shintani. There's a major gluten goof-up that I think needs clearing up. You've heard a lot about gluten and how bad it is for you in the past few years. There's also a burgeoning industry of companies making gluten-free products because of claims about the bad effects of gluten. Well, they may have made a serious mistake in their assessment of gluten and what might be called gluten sensitivity. The claim is that a lot of health problems such as obesity, chronic fatigue, irritable bowel syndrome, and even autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and lupus are caused by gluten sensitivity. What is gluten? Gluten is the gummy, proteinaceous part of wheat that helps to hold wheat products such as bread and pasta together and gives these products some texture. Gluten is found in wheat, rye, barley, its relatives such as triticale, spelt, and their products such as bread and pasta. There are two main components to gluten, glutenins and gliadins. The idea of gluten sensitivity comes from the fact that gliadins have some capability of weakening the tight junctions in the gut. The theory is that when the tight junctions in the gut are loosened, larger molecules than usual can enter the bloodstream and cause allergies, toxicity, inflammation, and autoimmune conditions. Some people call this leaky gut syndrome. The idea that gluten can cause this is supported by the fact that celiac disease is a legitimate and serious autoimmune disease caused by gluten that can ravage the gut in affected people. But celiac disease affects only about 0.7% of the people in the U.S., or about 1 out of 141 people. There's also wheat allergy that is not as serious, that has a similar prevalence, ranging from about 0.4% up to 1% of the population. However, the notion that most of us should avoid gluten because of gluten sensitivity turns out to be nonsense, according to a double-blind, controlled study on gluten sensitivity. In this study, 3 groups of people who claimed to have gluten sensitivity were put on 3 different regimens of pure gluten or placebo in capsules so they would not know what they were getting. One group was put on high-dose gluten, one group was put on low-dose gluten, and one group was put on placebo. The results were telling. The group taking the highest dose of gluten had the fewest symptoms of gluten sensitivity. The group with the worst symptoms were on placebo, about statistically the same as low-dose gluten. In other words, even high-dose gluten produced no greater symptoms than placebo. Bottom line, aside from true celiac disease and wheat allergy that affects less than 1% of the population each, gluten sensitivity appears to be a figment of people's imagination. That being said, there's plenty of good reasons to avoid processed wheat, rye, and barley products, because if the flour is commercially processed, the glycemic index may be as bad as sugar. In addition, if these products are not organic, they may have chemical residues that could cause problems that may mimic what people may call gluten sensitivity. For information about what else may be actually causing symptoms, sign up to this channel for our next report on Club 120 Plus tips on vibrant longevity. This is Dr. Shintani for your health.